All right, today we're gonna do an unboxing. CoolTop mini incubator, holds 9 or 10 chicken eggs. So I've used something similar to this in the past. Like I said, I'm not hatching big numbers of birds, just like something to do. Hatch some quail out, maybe ducks, chickens, just something interesting to do. So like I said, just a little one. We'll see what we got here. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. So get this out of the way. I'll put a link down in the description. I got this off eBay. I don't remember exactly what the price is, but see what we got here. This most important part right here. We got our instructions. Looks like the bottom. All right, so what we got here looks like the egg tray, cord or a separator, and a fuse. What you use these for is different size eggs. You can separate them, partition them off. Get this cord, got a cord. Looks like the rail that the egg tray slides on. The top, thermostat, sensor. All right, so what we got here. All right, like I said, I've done one of these before, or used these before. Basically, this is, you put the water down in the bottom here. There's no access to it. So you gotta, if you're gonna put water in, I'm gonna do a dry hatch, so it's kind of irrelevant as far as water. So basically what you do is you put this in there, and you could double this. It just keeps everything up off the water and everything separate. This is what the rails sit on to turn the eggs. So we're gonna put this in here. Right here. Go get a couple eggs. Get this thing set up. All right, so basically what this is, just a little bit of incubator. Like I said, I've used them in the past, hatched a lot of birds out of them. I'm going to dry hatch, so I'm really not worried about humidity. So what we'll do is we're gonna simulate here. I'm not really gonna hatch these eggs, but to kind of show you what's going on here. These, got a whole pack of them. And basically what you use these for, is kind of get that set in there. You don't want them real tight on there, just about like so. And then what happens is you've got this here. This goes down into the little slots right here. And basically this turns. And as it's turning, it's pushing this forward. See how it's tightening these up just a little bit here. There we go. And as it turns, it kind of turns the eggs. It just kind of turns the eggs a little bit. Just a little bit, just enough to keep them from settling inside there. It just moves back and forth. This thing just turns and pulls it forward and back. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and we'll get it put together. Just gotta make sure you get that down in there. And usually when I've used them in the past, I've used, like I said, you can put the water down, you can see the water where the water well, it kind of keeps it separated. And then another thing you can do, once it gets close to hatching and you're gonna close the eggs off for the hatch period, you could take this first layer out where the egg turner sits on, and then you set the eggs on there, close everything up for your last 3 days, and just let them hatch. Like I said, as the eggs hatch, you're gonna raise the humidity up. And I've always had trouble with them drowning in the egg. There's just too high humidity. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get this thing plugged in. And it's usually set, I wanna see it's set at Celsius. So to set the temperature, 38 Celsius is the ideal temperature in Celsius. So what you can always set the temperature. The light comes on, it's working, which means it's charging, or it's heating up. Sets lights on, so basically see how it says 37.8? You want it actually around 38 as far as Celsius, so you just, let's try this again, there we go. So the plus sign basically goes up, 37.9, 38, and then set. And so what'll happen is this thing's gonna heat up, get up to 38 Celsius, and then like I said, as it's on, this rotates. And you have this little pin right there that goes into this slot, and it just turn them eggs just right back and forth. And I can't remember, I think it'll hold up to 15 quail eggs. I usually hatch bob wire. All right, so we got a few eggs set here. I always write down hatch day and the day to stop turning. So how we got these set up, got the eggs in there already. As you can see, this is the setup. These are white leghorn eggs. They're just a little bit too big, so I just kind of open them up and check. Kind of spread them out a little bit, because what happens, as you can see, is this thing turns, it just kind of rolls the eggs, kind of moves it along that way. Basically, you can see how this is right here. It's got that little pin that comes down, and this turns. And that pin, this pin right here, goes into this slot, and as that thing turns, it goes back and forth, turns the eggs. So we started with, I think it was 8 eggs. I've already candled them once at this is the second week yesterday. One wasn't even fertile, so we took it out. I'm gonna candle them again tonight and see how they're doing. And like I said, I just kind of open them up, make sure the eggs are still good. You know, kind of move them around a little bit, and then we put them back together. All right. So we're gonna, today's last day to turn. They hatch in 3 days. So I'm gonna take the eggs out of the turner, gonna candle them, see if there's any bad ones. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Let's see. So we're just gonna take them right out of here. Probably just lift this thing up, probably the easiest way. Take the center pieces out. Just lift this up out of there. There we go. All right, let's see. Yeah, that one's good. Good. She's in there. See him in there. Yep, there he is. See him moving. You can see him moving or not in there. Yeah, there you go. So you can see him moving. All right. Looks like his beak's right there. All right, so I'm gonna put a little water in there. We'll check back when they start hatching. There in Parker County, near the Colville area, had some
Some damage reported early on, but there's the cold front that draped across, bringing some sporadic severe threat across.
All right, here's the final result. 5 chicks hatched out of the 8 eggs. 1 was infertile, 1 pipped but didn't hatch, and 1 didn't even pip, and they were all 7 went to full development. And like I said, we've got 5 chicks. I ended up adding no water during the hatch, so this is essentially a dry hatch, and it's one of the best hatches I've had. So for those of you trying to do a dry hatch, I advise to do it. Give it a try. Thanks. Yeah, please like and subscribe to the video. Appreciate you watching. Have a good one.